Does your friend often do that?
Strange. We all right?
Be back, Jeremy.
Hey, what was that?
Went forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
One.
Why would you do that?
We're in the endgame now.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers EndGame, but we're going over a theory regarding Doctor Strange scene when he's given over the time stone. To be honest, it's a pretty good theory that is being floating around recently, and a few YouTubers have gone over it, but the original source for the theory is someone from Reddit called LOL Guru. I will leave the link down below in the description. It's a very good theory. So let's go over it. So the title quote comes from Thanos speaking to Doctor Strange about not using the time stone in their duel on Titan. I was already bothered by this line being dropped because it struck true with me. Why didn't Doctor Strange use the time stone when they were battling against Thanos? An answer became clear when I remembered certain key details from Doctor Strange. When the power to slow, pause or reverse time, we have seen foes with the ability to ignore the time stone effect. I think the power stone would have allowed Thanos to do the same, to bypass the power of the time stone. That's why it's the first stone Thanos retrieves. Not only does the power stone allow him to contain, control, amplify the power of the other stones, but it also bypasses the powers of any stone that could be used against him. In essence, overpowering other stones. Doctor Strange, in viewing many alternate versions, saw the futility of using the time stone in their fight and chose to use it differently. Very differently. When Doctor Strange pulls the time stone seamlessly out of nowhere like Loki did with the Tesseract, and it floats over to Thanos to save Tony, we can see two unique elements to this transaction. The first is that the stone is glowing brilliantly. Normally, when any of the stones glow like this, it is because their power is being used. I've said this before in my what is the Doctor Strange endgame theory, so it's a good point that I've brought up before. The second is that Thanos is able to grasp the stone physically, but instead grabbing onto what appears to be its aura. He even shoots Doctor Strange at a glance. Phenomenon. They kicked my fan theory sent into overdrive, and I've been trying to piece it together ever since. Before I can launch into this, let's talk about the unique properties of the other stones themselves, not their powers, the properties each stone itself possesses. The power stone, so full of power, overloads and even destroys living beings coming into direct contact with it. The space stone is able to house itself within the proper gate that exists of the fourth dimensional hypercube on a three-dimensional plane of existence. That's what a Tesseract is. The reality stone doesn't have to remain solid and can instead become a liquid, possibly gas or plasma. The soul stone cannot be acquired without trading the soul. The mind stone has its own conscious, or can develop consciousness, aka vision. We see these unique properties tied back beautifully to the identification of each stone and are very suited to them. So what about the time stone? The time stone can be sent through time by itself, going forward or backward. How would you keep away the time stone? Easy, send it forward in time to where Thanos can't get it. The problem is, as comic fans already know, Thanos is immortal, so he can wait it out. Let's swing back to the exchange. Doctor Strange conjuring Fourth, the stone, the same way as Loki did with the Tesseract, is a gigantic misdirection. Loki is able to conceal the Tesseract with his godlike powers of illusion, while Doctor Strange could certainly be capable of mimicking this trick easily. I don't think that's what's happening. The stone is glowing brilliantly because it's actually travelling back in time from the future. This becomes a lot easier to envision if you watch Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Literally a lot of different creators are saying this. So when Doctor Strange hid the time stone, it wasn't some trick of light or illusion like Loki, but sending it forward in time to be used later, only to be sent back in time when the Avengers had finished using it. The time stone can travel forward or backward in time, but not space. It will appear on Titan soon after the snap presenting itself to Tony. This is also why Tony needs to survive. If the snap is inevitable, then he is the only one smart enough to figure out what is going on. When the time stone presents itself on Titan, study the stone in order to unlock the quantum realm the same way the Mind Stone in the Scepter allowed him to create Ultron. This is why the gauntlet breaks from the snap. It's using the time stone from a reality where the Avengers have already won and sent it back in time. The paradox of using the stone from a mutually exclusive reality breaks the gauntlet and helps advance Doctor Strange's plan even further, because it cripples Thanos' ability to fight back when the Avengers start mounting their counter offense. Now, it's not complete yet, but this theory is pretty solid. It's quite similar to what a lot of other people said, quite similar to what I've said before, but it's put together a lot better. I think the clips from Infinity War collaborates the clip of what looks like Tony taking off his glasses while an out of focus Wong and Doctor Strange are in the background. Seamlessly frozen in time also doesn't appear in Infinity War, but might be pulled from Avengers 4, where Tony has acquired the time stone and begun looking for ways to retrace his steps or travel into the past. The shot of the Battle of Wakanda containing Hulk also didn't appear, but may appear in Avengers 4, when they have already gone back in time and must now face against Thanos and his army again at Wakanda, because Hulk wasn't in the original battle. Doctor Strange did use his greatest weapon, just not when we thought he did. This is pretty awesome. And then it goes on to say, thank you for all the kind words, everyone. Feels great to have finally blown the tips of the subreddit. 2 questions coming up a lot. How does Thanos pull the Mind Stone back and not blow the gauntlet? There's a difference between manipulating one object in a universe and the entire universe. Additionally, reversing the fate of the Mind Stone isn't what creates the paradox, though it leads to it, but killing half the universe does, as this is the outcome they are trying to prevent. The stone that came back from the future where the Mind Stone still exists. 2. The time stone was a star in the sky of Titan. This could be simple, a visual effect of how it travels back in time. Stars in the sky emit light into the past. After all, they are so far and their light takes so long to reach us. We all ever see are their old photo. So guys, I will leave the link in the description down below. This theory is pretty awesome. It's coming from a different angle of something that I've said before. It's just constructed a lot better. So full credit to LOL Guru. It's a pretty awesome theory and it is pretty solid. So I think Doctor Strange did use his greatest power, but not how we actually expect him to use it. Very similar to something I've done before, but I wanted to go over it because I keep getting sent this Reddit post and other stuff regarding the exact same theory. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below. Do you agree? Did he use his greatest weapon? Just we never realized he actually used it. This way he's not actually cursed the time stone like I've said before. Nothing's cursed or anything like that, because there was a lot of clues to that when he was fighting Ebony Maw and he's like trying to take a curse off a dead body. So it's not a curse, he's just sent it to a different timeline, and then obviously it kind of it doesn't make sense, but will they do this to the general audience in a Marvel movie who don't really understand time travel laws? Maybe not, maybe, I don't know. But it's an interesting concept, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to check out the link in the description for the full creditation for LOL Guru and Reddit. Pretty cool theory, and you got to think this theory is 6 months old. It's not a new theory, so you got to put the latest trailer into that. And yeah, just because Tony Stark may have the time stone doesn't mean he can get himself home until he's got to be in his lab to actually figure everything out. So it makes a lot of sense. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya.